What's up, Dilio at the Daytime? And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about isolation, not being understood, not really sure if you're being heard or supported. Um, just not feeling like you belong anywhere. Um, I deal with that sometimes. Maybe you music producers out there or you people out there deal with that. And this video, I just want to talk about how to deal with it, but also try to identify the problems. Sometimes you feel like that the reasons why you feel the way that you do are not being addressed in a way that you need them to be addressed. You want to get to the root of the problem to find a solution, but there's no clear answer. And sometimes when you've learned to say no in life, um, I think that in the past I might have said yes to people more than I should until I finally got fed up with said people and decided to say no, or no, and I can't bend backwards or bend my life around to accommodate these people who have these needs, who want me to do something for them. If you're a music producer like me, or a creative person, maybe you've been through this, where a lot of people, they may mean well, they may not, but they'll call on you when they need some. Hey, I need a track. Hey, can you edit this for me? Hey, can you mix this for me? Hey, can you. And when sometimes you wish that people would just reach out to you to see how you're doing more. There are times where you're kind of really going through something and you're talking to those that care about you, and they themselves, no matter how hard they try, don't really quite get what you're going through, or you're asking them to address something and it's just totally off target. You're like, that's great, but I'm still dealing with this. Or you got other people that say, well, just feel better. Don't feel that way. And that could be the worst thing you could tell somebody, because again, it does not address the root reasons of why we feel this way. And again, you're at this point maybe sometimes where you're like, hey, I'm not saying yes as quickly, and I'm tired of nonsense. I'm tired of wasted time. And after a while, you stop trying to associate with people who just want something from you and don't really care to see how you're doing. And or sometimes where you putting out Facebook posts about what you do, something creative or something like that, and you're really doing something special, but the people in your friends list don't really get what you're doing. They get you having a child, applying for a job, which is kind of strange to me, why people celebrate you more applying for a job than creating your own job. um, you know, or hey, I'm at this party. Hey, look at my child. These are things that people relate to. But when you talk about, oh, I produced this track, or I'm getting the song placed, or I'm trying to get this contract signed, or oh, I'm dealing with this compression issue on this track, or something more on the creative. Oh, I'm trying to automate this keyframe on this Adobe After Effects project, and I'm trying to 3D track my face to make sure that these masks and these layers are syncing up to it. People are not going to get that, and there's a lot of isolation comes from that, because you really feel like there's a lot of validation that comes from our creativity. Because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes when I make something, or if I listen to something I listened to like 10 years ago, I'm like, wow, I was really going in on it. I was listening to The Gifts of Men Volume 1. It's like my first Christian album. And there are some powerful messages in there that I forgot I said. It's like, wow, that's a whole nother story in itself about those albums. But, you're dealing with this thing, you're talking to somebody who cares, good close friend, or somebody, and you're telling them these things, and a lot of times it's easy to get frustrated because they're just not getting it. They mean well, and that's something you have to focus on. It, you're not by yourself. You may feel by yourself, but you're not by yourself. You're just not around people who truly comprehend or get what you're doing. And it's a lonely place to be. It hurts, and it makes you feel like nothing works, nothing's worth producing. Well, why am I making music? Why am I here? Where the hell do I belong? Um, I've felt that way, and I'm saying that to show maybe somebody out there who watches my videos, hey, yeah, I felt that way too. And a lot of times what we have to do is just go through it. There's no secret formula, there's no solution, there's no mindset. There are just going to be times where just trying to be a music producer or trying to be an artist or someone with a dream where it's going to suck. There's going to be times where your Facebook feed is inundated with people going on vacations, having families, getting married, boasting about who they vote for, and being absolute asshole, pretentious bastards about it. That happens and it sucks. And then you talk about the little achievement you have, you talking about how many subscribers you get, and most people on your timeline are not going to get the fact that you crossed over 22,000 subscribers. They're not going to get it. And so you get this feeling of isolation because you don't want to call on people, because a lot of people who you call on or talk to want something from you and don't just want to hang out and be your friend. It's a very low place to be that probably not so many people understand. And in that moment, you have to believe some things. And you got to make a choice. You have to believe that you can get around individuals with likenesses of yourself, that like the same things you are, that get the same things that you are, in which you can bounce ideas off of and them not need anything from you, but your presence there. You have to believe in that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that what you have is special, and it's a hard learning process, but you have to be okay with being different. Not everybody gets it, and you got to be okay, because at the end of the day, you're only tearing yourself up. At the end of the day, I'm only tearing myself up when I really get down in it. But man, it's so easy to go there because you really want some affirmation. You want some connection. You're a human being. You never stop being human. And I think one of the needs of a human is to be understood and around those of the like mind or the same mindset. And it can be a challenge to find that. But I believe that can be found. I believe that can be achieved. I still believe that I can get placements as a music producer. I still believe I have new songs to write, that I can connect with people around the world. I still believe I have new music to sell. I still believe that I have sounds and samples to sell, more sounds and more sounds. I believe I have more ebooks. I believe that there's a possibility that one day I won't have to work a full-time job, and that I can financially support myself and my family and a family of my own well with my talents and abilities. I still believe that, and sometimes with that belief, it hurts because you're not there yet, and you want to have something to show for your friends. You want to have something to show for your family. You want to impress your parents and say, see, I did this, and I used my talents and goals, and I achieved this. Hey, mom, check this out. Hey, dad, check this out. You see this? And if you got good parents like mine, not everybody does, they'll say, hey, well, I'm proud of you, but I want to show you this, and that's the challenge of having self-acceptance. You have to self-accept yourself. Self-accept yourself. Be cool with yourself. And just know that you're not always going to feel that way. I'm not going to always feel that way. I'm learning to accept myself. I'm learning to not be so motivated by numbers and by other people. And I know there's like a natural need to have that connection. And I believe, and I don't have proof, I don't have evidence. All I got is a belief in my heart that I believe I can have that connection with people. I believe I have some of the connection with you guys, the viewers, that you can get that. And as long as you still believe that, I believe it can happen. And in the meantime, we just have to go through it, feel the pain, hurt for a second. After you're done hurting, or cry. I can't tell you how upsetting it is sometimes to be, I guess, in a place that you don't want to be and you never thought you'd ever end up in your life. But while you're in that place, to not quit trying, try everything, keep trying things, keep going for it while it hurts, while you're alone, while nobody appreciates it, while nobody acknowledges it. You know, and that's part of blazing our own paths is is isolation. So I hope that helps somebody. I'll talk about this more. I like the blog. I like the results, or I like the comments that I get from the blogs and stuff like that. We'll talk more about that. There's a lot more things I want to talk about. And I hope you guys have a great day. If you have some ideas of how to deal with this situation, if you dealt with it, leave it in the comments below. And subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. All right, peace.